Hello everybody, my name is Cezary Giluk and you can find all previous presentations at my Patreon channel. Give me thumb up, subscribe, become a member or buy me a cup of coffee, links below. A bit more about myself at the end of presentation. Let's go directly to the subject. Today's topic, they will nuke each other. Following Wikipedia. On November 15, 2017, Vladimir Lenin issued the Declaration of Rights of the Peoples of Russia, giving Russia's minorities the right to self-determination. However, as time passed, republics had less and less autonomy and power. By the 1930s, Joseph Stalin began purging non-Russians from governments and started to remove native populations of republics and settle Russians in them. Throughout the years, Russian republics had less and less autonomy and more controls are exerted by Russia. There are socialist movements in most republics, but these are generally not very strong. The Constitution makes no mention on whether a republic can legally secede from the Russian Federation. However, the Constitutional Court of Russia ruled, after the unilateral secession of Chechnya in 1991, that the republics do not have the right to secede and are part of the country. So from being independent states, republics now are part of Russia and are basically governed by people Russia places there and controlled by Russia's federal government. I heard different discussions and specialists and experts warning that Russian Federation breaking up would be disastrous as they will be nuking each other. My question is, who and whom? There are two main groups in Russia wanting to have power: FSB, Russian Secret Service, and oligarchs. Both groups are corrupted and main goal is to have money. FSB by controlling lives of people and stealing or exerting money, oligarchs by controlling manufacturing base and natural resources, making profits and making money. Both groups are fully corrupted and have a lot of power. All of it includes also huge flow of money from one pocket to another due to the corruption. Putin receives billions of dollars in payments from oligarchs for letting them to function in businesses. If any of them did not or do not comply, they either commit suicide jumping from windows or are arrested for corruption. After this introduction, let's go to today's subject. They will nuke each other. Again, who and whom and what? All FSB and oligarchs want to make money. Nuking factories or natural resources development sites would make them unusable. Nuking each other's houses would destroy cities and settlements for many years to come. None of the scenarios is doable. The best way to deal with Russia is to help republics to break away and become a separate and independent countries, to send observers observing elections and stop if there is a proof that elections are influenced by Russia, as it happened recently in Romania. I think people in republics would be interested in having over observers, as it would reduce Russian influence on outcome of elections, and what is important, allow republics self-governed and improve well-being of citizens. Oligarchs would still steal money but with greater autonomy of republics, it would be gradually corrected, and more republics would become democratic societies with lives of citizens bettered as the time progresses. Corruption is so deeply embedded in Russia that it is impossible to stop it. Oligarchs would be definitely involved in election, but if elections would be for republic governments, not government belonging to Russian Federation government, they would be interested in republics becoming independent from Russian Federation, as they would have bigger freedom to do their own business, making money, and at the same time not having pay bribes to elites in Moscow, and being more safe not to having to commit suicide jumping from the windows. Due to the improved business activities and profits from development of natural resources not being kept by Russia but by republics, lives of populations would improve. They would start creating manufacturing bases, as West would start investing in those, due to the cheaper labor and operating costs. Also, it would open a lot of new doors for US and Western countries to conduct trade with republics, and probably having better trade exchange if prices are set up locally instead of being controlled by Russia. I think that attitude, they will nuke each other, promoted by some Western politicians and experts, is due to the Russian influence. Putin does not want to lose control of Russia as it is today. He wants to expand it to other areas. FSB helps him to keep it in one piece as is. Oligarchs and elites, on the other hand, don't want to fight wars and fearing of another window being opened. They want to do business in peaceful environment, not in the war-torn economy. Additional factors gearing elites and oligarchs towards the end of war is their financial well-being. A lot of their overseas properties were taken over, bank account closed, banned on travel, and probably some of them are now in uncomfortable financial position. I think there is a chance of the coup in Russia. Usually it is not huge thing starting movement, but small one. As example, in Iran, police were attacking and brutalizing women for not wearing headgear properly till they killed young women. A national movement and demonstrations started. Same in Russia. Oligarchs and elites are jumping from windows and are arrested for corruption and their properties taken over. Till the breaking point, and things will start happening. Good example is Prigozhin military march towards Moscow. Economic situation in Russia was not so bad as today, and he did not meet much opposition. Just a few helicopters and planes which were shot. His biggest mistake was to stop. If he would not, situation would get very interesting. If this would happen in second half of this year, outcome could be different, and he probably would get a lot more support. I'm not sure how long it will take till breaking point in Russia reaches daylight, but if the war will continue much longer, the freedom movement may start. In my personal opinion, the only way to solve worldwide Russian problem is to dissolve Russian Federation and for republics to become independent countries and not being controlled by Russia. Give me thumb up, subscribe, become a member, or buy me a cup of coffee, links below. Now a bit about myself. My name is Cezary Giluk. I'm not military or political science specialist, but have a lot of common sense, watch a lot of social media and news, about what is happening in Ukraine and have a point of view which, in a lot of cases, is different from experts on social media. To share my look at what is happening in Ukraine, I created my own channel, Common Sense and Ukraine. This was my presentation. I hope that you liked it. Slava Ukraine!